Is that a new comic book?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super
Yeah.
crazy. That new comics would come out in a comic shop. My gosh.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence.
I have 3 new comics with me.
Do you? Well, who are you?
I'm Danny.
That's great. I'm Rob.
And what is this?
This is a storage unit? What is it called? Like a industrial unit?
It's a building.
What do you call this specific thing? Like,
It's like,
a sliding garage door. It's kind of like a storage unit, right?
yeah, it's like a big storage unit full of comical type books. Because this
That's right.
is Southern California Comics.
Right, and we are doing a show that's called the Sundown Rundown, which takes place in Southern California Comics inside of one of these industrial unit things.
And you can't teach that. So comics came out this week,
That's right, they did.
and we're going to talk about them.
We're going to talk about them so hard. I'm really hungry, so I'm excitable right now.
All right.
Danny, would you like to start?
Yes. I'm going to start in a very mighty manner, a very powerful manner.
Oh?
And the
Are you about
segue is morphin into a recommendation of the latest release, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Numero Uno.
I like that.
That's Spanish for number 1, in case you guys haven't been following along with the previous videos in which we've been teaching you Spanish while telling you about the latest in comics. But Power Rangers is a comic book from Boom Studios. Issue 0 came out a month ago, probably?
Yeah,
That's how comics
right.
work.
Yeah.
So here's number 1, kicking off the first story arc. It's by Kyle Higgins, is the writer who did Nightwing for the New 52.
Oh, yeah.
Illustrated by Henry Proceccia, which is a character I'm unfamiliar with. Also an artist I'm unfamiliar with. But the Power Rangers are here, including the green one.
It looks pretty great.
Depicted on the cover kicking a putty.
And it does seem like the focus on said series, at least for right now, seems to be how Tommy's fitting in with the crew.
Yeah, probably I think it's really the only story you can tell.
Yeah.
With this group of Power Rangers, because Tommy's everyone's favorite. He's the interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who starts off as a bad guy and becomes a good guy.
Literally the first time in the show where we get some real solid character depth.
Yeah.
Maybe solid isn't the right word.
Yep, it's got a cool chest thing.
Oh yeah, that chest armor is the best. The Red Ranger gets it for a while.
Oh yeah.
For whatever reason.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't last very well.
It does not.
No.
But it's out. Come check it out. They just announced the cast of the remake movie.
Oh, yeah.
Looks
It's
fun.
Wild.
It's a really diverse cast.
I'm super about it. Becky G's Yellow Ranger, I think, is the craziest thing. But the Pink Ranger, she's a Pink Ranger, I think.
Who's Becky G?
The pop artist Becky G.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was. It doesn't matter. It's wild. I'm super excited about this casting. Isn't what's her face Rita Repulsa?
Elizabeth Banks.
Oh, she's got perfect teeth. Yeah.
She's great. This is gonna be delightful.
You know what else is delightful? In that we all love a good story involving someone throwing off the shackles of their station and becoming more than what they are. Sure, it's another castle. A new hot title. Hot new. I do it every time.
Hot off the press.
From Oni. Did I say that already? Sure. And it's Andrew Wheeler and Paulina. I don't know how you say her last name. I love her last name.
Ganuchow.
Is that how you say it? I love
That's how I
it.
want to say it.
I love that last name. It's beautiful. You know Paulina from Zodiac Star Force.
Yes.
That's what Danny told me earlier, which I'd forgotten.
Yes.
That's
Artist
Danny remembers a lot of
Z
things.
to the Stizzle.
Yep. Andrew Wheeler does stuff. He's the head.
He's
the body.
I think the editor-in-chief of Comics Alliance.
There
Maybe
is.
he's a squeaky wheel in the Comics Alliance factory.
So what we've got here is an inversion of what you'd expect from the fantasy genre. Not princess.
Subverting tropes and gender roles and such. It's like Princeless a bit, maybe for a little older crowd.
Yeah. Very, very sweet art. See where the story goes.
Yeah, very colorful.
Very
It's got
colorful.
a skeleton bad guy.
Skeleton.
Skelerad. You know what else is Skelerad? The New Avengers.
Yes.
It's a comic book. You've read it, right?
It's a great comic book.
I don't know why there was a pause.
I thought it was a manga, but here we are.
Yep. This is issue 7 of the pretty awesome series by usually Al Ewing and Gerardo Sandoval.
Mm-hmm.
but it's got a little film art from someone named Jay Cassara, a little moodier, a little
it
grittier.
Super works for this issue too. Like for me, it kind of reminds me of the X-23 done by Sana Takeda and Marjorie Liu.
Oh yeah.
Like like some of the coloring kind of reminds me of that. But like, it's super great, and like the series has been really good so far.
It's been really fun. The team is all like super young characters and Hawkeye.
And like the title of New Avengers like actually makes sense here. Like they're kind of new Avengers. Like
yeah, it's very fun. This is a White Tiger Spotlight issue, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yep. So check it out. It's actually a really great book.
Yeah, it is. Similarly, that's the White Tiger is a character who's got a god chained inside of her. That's where she gets all of her powers. But there are many gods that exist in the world.
Yes.
Some of them, in fact, come from Indian mythology.
Correct.
And we've got a comic here, 18 Days, Grant Morrison's 18 Days. Sorry, my apologies. Got to make sure you get that name in there. Which happens to highlight said gods. It's a comic book form of the Mahabharata, I believe.
Correct.
The great Indian epic, which is really a lot of fun. You should read it.
Sort of very sci-fi, high fantasy.
Super cool. Yeah, nice mixture. If you played Asura's Wrath, kind of like that mixture of like the sci-fi and Taoist, Buddhist elements. I don't know. Play Asura's Wrath and read this.
It's issue number 9, I believe.
That's right. It's tracking along.
Still going strong.
It's great.
For you Grant Morrison completists, for you Indian mythology lovers, for you people who like sci-fi and fantasy smushed together.
You've got to fall under that somewhere, I think.
Yeah.
As a human being.
Man, jumping from Grant Morrison to one of his cohorts, Peter Milligan, one of my favorites. This is the Discipline #1 from Image Comics. I found out this was announced in like 2013 by Vertigo.
No way.
Yeah, Vertigo was like, actually never mind, we don't want to publish this. So Image picked it up.
Dude, it does totally feel like a Vertigo title too.
Yeah, definitely. So this is Peter Milligan and Leandro Fernandez, who did the names together for Vertigo.
That's wild.
So I guess all's good at Vertigo with them. Just they didn't want this one. Sort of a erotic horror monster thing. Really well illustrated with really awesome colors by Chris Peter, who's a really underrated colorist for some reason.
A little raunchy, a little scary.
Yep. Like
very scary.
Very shadowy Mike Mignola vibes to it. Some gore, some violence, some nudity if you're into that. I think it's a winner.
Subtle segue. I think this is a winner. That's all.
Oh.
This is the new Black Widow series from Marvel, featuring your boys Mark Waid and Chris Samney. And I believe the colorist too, right?
Matt Wilson, right?
They all were working on Daredevil together,
yeah,
right?
Like the whole Daredevil team has jumped over to Black Widow.
And if their astoundingly great run is anything to, use as an indicator of what this series will be, I see great things ahead for its future. This first issue is great. It's lovely, and it's very, very sharp work. And I think it's pretty cool that they didn't decide to just drop Black Widow after Nathan Edmondson and Phil Noto's run. Because, I feel like it would have been all too easy to just be like, sure the character's in the movie, but people are dumb, blah, 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 but they're keeping with it, and they put their A-team on it, which is what really, does it for me. Does it for me?
Does it for me too.
Okay.
And there's something you can do for us.
Yes, please.
The new issue of Previews is out.
That's right.
This is basically the catalog for every release coming out in the comics industry.
That's right.
So, this is March's issue for May. So, right?
It's 2 months? March's
issue
for...
everything that's in shops May in 2016.
Oh.
This is the March 2016 issue for May.
How?
It says on...
Oh, yeah, no, oh my god.
That's a calendar. So...
I was so confused. I thought we were still somewhere else. It doesn't matter.
It'll be okay.
It does. I don't think it will.
It won't be okay, but it'll be a little bit more okay if you check out Previews, look through it, see what you want. If there's anything you want a special order, because there's tons of indie stuff, statues, t-shirts, art books, the whole shebang. We don't order it all, but it's all in here.
Right.
So let us know and we'll order it for you. It's that easy.
There's a lot of really cool stuff. Like, I cannot stress this enough. We talk about it every month, but really, I cannot stress enough how much stuff would go completely unnoticed because, like Danny said, we don't order it all in. You know, we've only got so much space in the shop. We want to make sure you get your stuff, but we also have to be, you know, space conscious, conservative.
And ordering products from a comic shop is always a guessing game.
Yeah.
Because, like, say, like, I don't know, number 2 of something comes out in May, and we've ordered a bunch of number 1. We think we know how much we want, but what if we want more? We still have to guess.
Mm-hmm.
We still have to guess how much for number 2. So, you guys helping us out would help a lot.
Yes.
It doesn't sound intuitive, does it? But yeah. And it's fun to find out what comes out in 2 months. Like, check out all these DC Comics animated character action figures.
Right, like, everyone loves Batman Adventures, Batman the Animated Series, and you can have figures from it. Like, that's wicked.
As well as Divine.
I was really hoping you'd land on Image, I feel like. For instance, but...
For example, I don't know how much of Antarctic Press you ordered, but say you wanted the latest issue of Gold Digger.
Right.
Like, tell us and we will order it for you.
That we will. For you.
For you.
You.
Yep.
And you get it. You know it. You understand. Get previews. At the very least, fun images, fun to read, fun to see what's coming out. Then you can help us help you get what you want.
Yeah. You don't even have to buy it. You can if you want.
Right.
If you're that devoted. But you just come to the shop, flip through, let us know what you want, and then it will get ordered for you. And in 2 months, come to the shop, and we'll have it for your hands and face and mouth and other parts of your body. Whichever you choose to interact with the product with.
You don't have to tell us, though.
Nope, you do not have to tell us anything.
Do not feel the urge to tell us which part of your body you intend to interact with these products with.
That's true.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say.
Nor I.
All right, well, we'll see you next week.
It's great. I love it.
Yep. Next week, we have a special treat for them. Our mega review of the Deadpool movie.
Oh my god.
Yep, because we forgot last week.
That's right.
It's coming next week.
Yep,
we promise.
Next week, because we've both seen it.
We've both seen it, and we're going to talk about it next
That's
week.
the thing that we've both done.
Yes.
Absolutely.
See you then.
I kept going even though my fingers were not.
Weren't feeling it?
It ruined the illusion.
Alas. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. I like your shoes. Are those new?
They're not new. I just don't wear them all that much.
Oh man, I really like those.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.